Good evening, Crash Clinic. It's back. So last week, I of course, you could probably see by my hand. Hope I didn't do bathing. So there you go. Anyway, what a busy couple of days. We've had the Bodyshop Summer Launch Party, which I attended Monday evening, of course, which was very interesting. And we had a great speaker there with Nick Hamilton. Did a fantastic talk, very inspirational, which everybody enjoy much. What a great guy. So interesting. But we also met some fantastic people, as you usually do at the events. And I'm just going to point out, I actually sat on a table with, and I was very inspired by them, to be fair, two fantastic ladies. A Rachel Murray, Paint by Rich. She's an Irish girl, Northern Ireland, that basically setting her own repair centre, which obviously we wish her all the best of with that. Fantastic lady, great character, and passionate about the industry, which was absolutely fabulous. Obviously, I had a good chat with her, and she was telling me all about how she started and how she's progressed and how she's got better and how she wants to bring women into the repair industry. Wow, it was absolutely, really interesting to sit and speak to her. And then she got a crazy friend with her, and that's Louise Baker, who's a mechanic from a company called Automechanika. Great, very clever. Nick or Womanik or Nick, I don't know, but she's a mechanic, woman mechanic, which I think is absolutely fabulous. The crazy thing about that is around the corner from me, and has been for years. I've never met, so we did last night at the Body Summer Launch Party, and these pair have teamed up. They can basically do everything. One of them does the mechanical, one of them does the paint. But the only place they live across the water, which is a real big shame. But two really interesting people, if you want to look them up, it's Louise Baker, Womanik in Birmingham, around the corner from me, and Rachel Murray, Paint by Rach in Northern Ireland. And so two people will probably have on at the show at some stage. They seem to be a dynamic duo. I'll probably get them on at the same time because they bounce each other, and I think they're doing something to Ben charity thing this year where they built a car and they're driving or an island together, and fabulous. Two great girls, interesting, and it's great to see women in the industry. It's something we've probably never seen for a long time in this industry, and they want to inspire and bring more women into it. So fantastic, well done, girls, and it was a pleasure to meet you guys yesterday, of course. Then, of course, today we've been to the Automechanika show. What did I think of it? I have to be open, and that's what the show's all about. So yeah, it's a great show. You can see it's a great, big show. Great for mechanical. Great. I was very inspired by lots of knowledges and things. They're very good if you're a mechanic, MOT station, etc. But I have to be honest, because I know they're trying to grow the body shop side of the show. The only disappointing thing for me was everything was dotted all over the place. Now, if you're there for I don't know what the reasoning would have been behind that. Now, what I would have done if that had been my show, I would have section area to say this is the body and paint, and then this is the mechanics and everything else. Because I found myself, and I took one of the lads' workshop walking around, trying to find where we'd be, where we were, and we were just all over the place. It became a bit of a bugbear, if I'm honest. Which I believe I probably missed quite a lot because I was just trying to go everywhere, and I think you should put it together. So, if you want my opinion, obviously anyone else comment. If you've been to the show, I met some great people in there, of course, which is awesome. Some great things there, but it was too far spread for the repair industry. I really thought they would have put the body stuff together in a section, whether it be in the middle, whether it be left, whether it be on the right, sides at the back. No, but it would have been nice to have gone to an area where it was all happening. Because the honesty is, I'm not interested in all the other mechanical stuff. We don't do mechanical stuff. So we were just walking it, and we actually found we walked past here with the body shop stuff stands because we just knew we were interested in this kind of stuff here. So, you want my opinion? So Mechanica next year to make it better. Try and put it all together. There's some fantastic stuff there. I really enjoyed. Spoke to GYS, the new pulling arm. The new pulling arm looks fantastic, and I know is it Autotech or something like that. a similar arm for doing light pulls. When you've got your jig taken up, really clever. No, I ducks to the floor. We'll do the pulling in a tight area, etc. So really cool. I think we're probably going to get into one of those. We're just trying to make up our mind between the GYS something think tech. Can't remember the name of it, but two great systems. I also found the glue pulling something that I've been very interested in recently, and the I think it was Keo Tech, great little system, big. Contains everything, the lights, all the things you need to use. So I'm happy I went. I found 8 little things there, as I say, that we're probably going to invest in, but it was just too widespread. So Automechanika, for me, next year, if you want to make it bigger and better, you've got to try and section it together. So if you come in, I want to go, where's the body area? And that's where I'll go and spend time, because I wasn't there, the mechanics, of course. So that's my opinion anyway. If you're to the show, please let me know, comments, what you thought about. It's a great show. It's going. Yes, it's going. As I say, I found 3 items that I'm going to probably be investing. But there probably would have been a bit more. It would have been in a time-packed area where I could have gone and everyone in the repair industry. Also, the Tetrasol ceiling. It was great to see some old friends there, where and to see how the products are coming on. We find another fascinating product from, is it Womack? Well, not Womack and Womack, it wrong, I'm not. Something like that. They're again, they do spray gun, do some fantastic gadgets. They do lights that go on to spray gun. But I was really intrigued and interested in. They've got this gadget that warms up the air as it goes through to the gun, which warms up the prop, which warms up the some of the other lacquer it was. But what it does is it brings the temp. You can bring the temperature of your booth down, so you don't need to use as much gas heating in your spray booth. So I thought it was it sounded right, it sounded good, and I thought, wow, I mean, that's interesting. Technology, it's all about saving money. This industry where we're constantly having to try and make more money, you know, especially with gas going up, electrics going up, etc. So that's quite an interesting fact that I thought I'd love to see. It sounded right, like it would be good. So you turn your spray booth down and you use this gadget that your primers and as an air, so the air going through into you. So interesting. So yeah, well, is it worth going? Of course, worth going. But put your walking shoes on, because as I say, it was it. You know, we went, where's the next sort of body here, and we had to then walk from us to find the next one. So my only humble opinion, and if it was in that show, I'd definitely put all the body shop stuff together. So people who are coming to the body shop, go and find all the body people that we all know, and don't spread them out too far. Anyhow, well worth going. Some great products there. So if you want to go down to it, of course, it's on for another 2 days. And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of speeches on, a lot of talkers. So well worth going to. Double burger man, Martin Raholi, thank you very much. Yeah, he got me a double burger himself. Didn't see this afternoon, no, Martin. You're good, my mate. But yeah, so if it was me, I would definitely the whole area together, because I found we think I missed quite a bit of it. You know, we don't want to do that. We're at a show, do we? So that all over. It's been a busy days. Finance in Bodyshop. The industry is changing drastically, and I think we need new product. You know, it's great to see Martin Rowley there, obviously from GT Motive. That's a new product. We need new finance products. In the old days when I was about, there was a factoring when I first started. You could factor this, and you would have 90 days to sort of borrow money, if you like, to be able to fund the repair. And then you sort of pay it back at the end with a small percentage. I think it was about 2 to 3% back in days. Problem is nowadays, with all out of accident management companies that are sort of in the way of the insurer to the repairer, there's just a gap. So they pay you, and obviously they take a percentage for doing so. But that's not the problem anymore. The problem seems to be that parts are so expensive and seem to be rising quite a lot, that when you get a job in, the most expensive part of that job is funding the part. Some suppliers have stopped, giving parts discounts. Some have stopped delivery. Some have even stopped accounts. So we're having to fund more and more money up because the parts are so expensive, etc. So it crossed my mind. Well, what we need now is not the factory happened at the end job in the days because people pay so quick. We need the factoring at the front end of the job. So I think it's time to try and talk to some finance people and put a product together that would help our industry, our repairers. So if there's any finance people out there watching, you know, I am talking at the moment, trying to get something put in place. But, you know, I'm again to help the industry. If there's someone out there that can do this that I don't know of, you know, this is a product that I think would be massive. I think you'd earn a lot of money. And I think a lot of people, again, please comment for me. Would you like something like that? Would it benefit your business to be able to finance even parts at the start? Not all of the voice, because I know that probably scares people, but maybe just the parts, because the biggest element, the big bear, the period of the job, and you get paid quite quickly at the end of the job. So basically, the way the industry is, the financing is now reversed. You used to get it at the end because you could repair a car quite quickly. The parts weren't massively expensive, but the problem was getting paid by the insurer. So you needed 90 days to try and fund that. Now it's not, it's the other way around. You actually probably take about 90 days to repair a car, but you get the money at the end from a provider. That's not a problem. Get paid at the back now for most countries. So I think the refund front would be fantastic. Something I'm trying to look into myself. And so if there's any people who do financing out there, please get in touch and I can go into it deeper for you. But I think a great product for people. It really help. Next one, moving on. Obviously, I did a few polls over the last few weeks because I've been busy, I've been away, etc. So whilst we met Tim Kelly again, by the way. Tim Kelly's a fantastic guy. Met him again last night to speak to him quite a bit. We're going to have some fantastic content coming to you guys that we're both on, which is always interesting when you talk to Tim. Some fantastic things going on in the background. Some he can't talk about yet, but it will be light. And I've got fantastic ones going on that I'm probably going to try from next week, but I'm going to, because there's a few insurers that are doing some naughty things, unfortunately. Want to do in this industry is get it done, but am I putting myself in shooting line? I don't know, but I don't care anymore. So it's a matter of I'm going to be. All you can do is be open and honest. If you're going to bridge gaps and fix things, work together. You need to be open and honest. So I think insurers, I've spotted quite a few things they're doing that I don't think they should be doing. I'm pretty sure we all have. So anyway, I'll be bringing some more news, Nick, on that. Let me bring to you now and show you some of the results of the polls, because I think these, please always joining in these guys, because it does help us to know what's going on in India, or give us some kind of guide at least. And if here put in there, just ChatGPT is an interesting thing. A lot of people are trying to ChatGPT is really going to I think going to fly. In fact, it's going to go very quick. It's already been motivated very fast. Is it coming to our industry and helps? So I'll just put that out there to see, is anybody actually using ChatGPT, doing anything with it? And everyone, 66% said no. So obviously there's only 34% of us that are actually playing at the moment. But I'll tell you something fantastic for. I found out is if you just get the basic GPT, there's ChatGPT, GPT-4 coming out. If you type questions in properly, you get a very answer back. But if what you type in isn't very good, answer won't be as good. So I've actually typed some letters, and they've been fantastic. Where I've just explained to ChatGPT what it is that I want to achieve. So you can actually write a letter to somebody that you want to chase money up, and you want to chase it in a polite manner because you haven't been paid. If you put that into ChatGPT, just watch the results that come back. A letter that it writes for you. They are, to be honest, they're fantastic. Many years ago, I used to have a couple of products online. I forgot what they're called now. But they gave you documents, ready-made templates, documents that you could actually use templates of for different things, for legal stuff, for chasing money. But this does the left for you, and you just explain to it what you want. And watch the results. They're fascinating. I've written letters to the DVLA. I've written letters to insurers, but I've just told ChatGPT what it is that results I'm trying to get. I've even written letters to some dealers have blown up engines, and it's told it what my problem is. Can you write me a letter? And it will blow your mind. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'm already not using properly into the business. It is already starting to help, and I'm incorporating it, starting to use it more and more, just for that, because it takes me to explain what it is I want to write, and the letter's done. Will probably take me 20 minutes to write the letter right. So it is a big time save. have a look at it, explore it, have a play. Obviously, at the moment only 30% are dabbling or playing around with it, but it is fabulous. Right. Do you think a network of repairers work together would be stronger? Yes. It seemed that 89% of the people said yes. Now, this has obviously come from 100 votes. This is something that's talking about this again at Monday night with some of the repairers at the Bodyshop Party. This is fascinating. It's really fascinating to me at the minute. Because what I speak to say, yes, I think we would be better to talk together, to share information together, and a network that sort of really do open up to each other, if like. So I don't think I've actually spoken to anyone who said no, I don't think should. Although there is you can see 11% say no, I'd rather work alone. And we'll try and find out who that, just in case it's not a repair instance. But basically, what I'm saying is most people say they want to work together, they want to talk. Now, I talked to people last night. The industry is changing rapidly. It's changing particularly, and it's going to keep changing. And it's becoming every 6 you look back and go, crikey, all the things that are changing. AI, we're all looking at. We're talking to somebody that is AI going to start estimates for us. I know Atex were working on for that. I'm pretty sure that G-Motive will be working on something for that very soon. So the industry is going to change drastically. And what I keep trying to say to people is, we can either the industry change around us, or we can try and influence the change. And we can do that by talking together and coming up with ideas, sticking together, all this kind of stuff. But otherwise, it's going to change around us. Now, I'd rather have an influence in how it changes, or how it changes, or can we have any influence in it? But if we don't get to talk, we're never going to do. That's quite obvious. But what fascinates me is like this, straight away, 90% of people say yes, they would rather in a network that worked. And I don't mean a paying network, you pay, I've got to pay me money to join, or all this kind of stuff. Just a network that gets together, maybe once a month, maybe once every 3 months, openly talks to try and talk about the industry. And I know there's a lot of clever people in this industry. And I know you'll have different views from different people, from different repairers. But I'm pretty sure we could, come up with something, start carving a way forward, or a better path to future for us, and try to be ahead rather than behind the game, is what I'm saying. But I'm just going to keep that in mind. Fascinated by how many people say they would like to. Because what fascinates me is, like I've said, if you had a meeting with other repairers, would you speak out honestly? Because the other thing is, straight away, if you look at these two, we've got people here say 88%, that's nearly 90% of people said if they had a meeting, they'll speak out honestly. So the one after is, I said, do you think repairers trust each other? And we've got almost 80% say no, that we don't think we trust each other. Now that's the scary part of me, because I sat here, obviously, I've been doing this now for about a year, and I still understand why we don't come to that. So when I speak to people, what I'm saying is that 90% of people would like to. 90% of people say they would, want together. 90% of people say they would speak honestly, openly. Then when we ask to trust each other, it's opposite. It flips the scale. Now, this is where I personally believe the problem has to lie. Because if we've also 80%, there's only a 10% difference there. We're saying that we'd like to meet. We're saying we'd like to speak openly. Then we're saying we don't trust each other. And I'm glad, please, guys, again, this information on the polls really does help, because this is giving me a pattern. It's showing pattern. I'm sharing the information with you. That it's the trust, the element that might be causing the problem. Again, in my opinion, from what we're seeing, because if we don't trust each other, we're never going to get information. So I think the slight problem come from that. But again, there's a lot of clever people here. How can we form something where it makes us trust each other, or we prove our trust to each other? I don't know, but I know we need to start doing something to get this, bridge this gap, because that's the problem. We all want to speak openly, but we don't trust each other. Now that's quite a fascinating couple of polls there, which I thought really did show some information that is. I think the key is we trust each other. Moving on, do you think providers value their repair centres? This is a fascinating one where 9% again, or 87%, said no. They don't. We don't think that our work providers value repair centres. Interesting. Do you think that repairers are scared to speak out, scared to upset a provider? Scared to answer this post, Stephen. That's what I thought. People probably wouldn't even answer it, but gladly it doesn't show any information. It says yes. We do think that repairers are scared to speak out. Now, I'm this first hand because I people speak to me in confidence and say, "I've got information for you, but please don't say anything." Now, I think it's a little bit sad, but it's reality again that people are too scared to speak out in this industry. As a repairer, I think they're too scared to accept their work providers. Now, I find that interesting at the moment because there is a lack of good repairers. So why are we scared to speak out when the table is tipping? We do know that. We do know there's too much work out there and there's not enough great repairers. So I'm sort of losing. Why are we to speak out? I'm going to speak out. I'm going to be honest because I've been in the industry a long time. And unless we speak honestly, we're never going to change everything. I've always said this. So I don't upset an insurer. I don't want to upset a worker. I don't want to upset anyone. But if I don't speak honestly, we can't move, can we? So yeah, and a fascinating there that yes, we agree that we're too scared to speak out. Well, I'm not, and I think we need to try and change that because that's the only way we change what we're doing. But again, meetings. People have said that they want to meet. People have said that they'll speak openly. People have said that they don't trust each other. But maybe, we've got to bridge that by trying to get together. I am going to try that. I am going to put out a poll. And you'll see later, did do a poll where people really want to meet. And this is what I found fascinating again at the, I'm talking to repairers who want to meet. They want to talk. We never do it. And everyone says the same thing. We want to meet, but we never do it. So that's kind of it's kind of a strange statistic, really. We all want to, but we don't. So I think we need to definitely. I'm going to try and get a meeting where it's going to have to be on a Saturday where we don't waste any working time or stuff. But we'll see people who are interested. The people get together, and the people want to try and make a difference in this industry. As a repairer, do your services are undervalued? Yes, 91% of repairers, and that feel that they are undervalued, should be paid more. There's a good there, and just hit the wrong one there. Sorry, let's go back. So then, we think work providers are greedy. Yes, 90% think that basically the work providers taking too much off the top. Because let's face it, there's talk about a lack of body shops, talk about insurers not being able to place work. So it's a lot of the reasons people are in bust. Work providers could maybe look at not taking so much, not being so greedy. Insurers can all that. Surely they could say, intervene a little bit. Because then I put it to me, is these three sort of roll together. Are you constantly searching for a better work provider? Yes, 70% of us are constantly looking for better work providers. What does that mean in the long run? That means if I find a better work provider, I'm going to get rid of one of my worst contracts. So if we're all doing that again, I'm trying to just shout out to the industry here to say, look, we know there's a lack of money in the industry. There's a lack of people coming through. It's to do with money. We can cut the crap up about everything else. There's not enough money in this. We won't pull staff into the industry because we've got to be able to see them. And with the, talk over the news tonight, I'm just listening to the crisis. So we've already, when things were good, had a tough time in the repair industry. So, work providers, repairers, I'm trying to show what repairers are thinking. And if they're looking for better contracts, then there's only a very small percent, 30% said they're happy with their contracts. So, yeah. Things need to change. Have you kicked any work provider out in the last 12 months? 80% have kicked out work providers. Now, this is something really unheard of for years in this industry again. Most people used to get a contract and then stick with them. And this is just showing evolving and changing patterns in the industry. That people now, repairers aren't scared it rolls on from the other one. If you're looking for a better work provider, then kick out that you don't think is as good. So that shows again that people are doing it. Now this is an 80%, means a lot of us have now work providers to replace the better one. Have I? Yes, we have. So again, that's what I'm saying. This is, does it create a problem down the line? Probably, or I would have thought so. How do you think your work providers take too much out of the job? We've just really answered that with the same question. So yeah, 92% again. So at least it's the same percentage that we're agreeing. We think they take too much. I do, because I had I worked many years ago in a different company that I've got, and we only took nowhere near the percentage that comes out of it. So I don't see why these. I don't see why they're so greedy. They don't have that massive amount of it. Let's face it. And I think they need. I think these contracts need rescheduling, because parts. If you're giving, people are looking for 20 and 25 off a gross invoice. If you're getting parts at 10% discount, you're losing 10% on the parts on that job, and parts are now the biggest part of the job. So it doesn't matter what your labor rate is; you're already losing off your parts, and you shouldn't be losing in any area of your business, really. So and maybe they should say, we'll take this much off the labor, this, and I don't think they should get parts discount, if I'm totally honest. So things, I believe, have got to change, but we need, we should have a power nowadays, and I think everyone agrees as well. But if we don't together, we're never going to get the power. So I'm banging for a brick wall at the moment, because to people, yes, and we were actually looking at it at the end of the night saying, we all agree, but we don't do anything about it. So hopefully things change this year. Never know. I'm going to keep trying, of course, here on a Tuesday night. Are you happy with your work providers? 63% there said no. So again, a lot of people unhappy that a 60-40 kind of split, or it's actually a little bit more than that. But there we go. People are happy with their work providers. Has this industry got better in 2023? You might. In October, unfortunately, I lost my brother, who was a business partner. So I was doing everything. I lost interest, if I'm totally honest. But so I lost touch with the industry. But do remember in the middle of that, seeing the ABPP guides come out and other things saying things getting better and all these new rates. But then when I've sort of come back, and the last couple of months, I've started to drift back into the business, sort of get myself together. What I've been hearing is that things are as bad. And I've got to be totally honest. I expected things to be getting better. So since I was doing the last show, I was like, maybe things are getting better. All these new rates are out. People should be happy. I'm getting mixed vibes. I'm getting some people saying, yeah, things aren't too bad, but there's still a very, very large proportion, as you saw, 90% people saying it's not good. And I want to find out why really do we think it's going wrong. Again, we don't talk. We're not going to sort of find that out. So I'm going to put a new this week. I'm going to put a poll out. What I'm looking for you guys to sort of say, let's get a meeting where let's just do one. If we not do one, let's do one. And it works, great. If it doesn't work, again, we got together and we tried. Let's see if we can get something positive from it, which may lead to a next one. That's all we can do is try. So yeah, what I'm saying there is that's a split. There's nearly a 50-50 split. It's 57-43. Has the industry got just to know? Saying no. That's to say. That's why I've got. I talked to a lot of people, and I did mix vibes, and that's why, because it's on a balance. 50% of the people are saying it's got better. 50% of people saying must be saying it has. So interesting. Have you had a customer go bust on you? There is a product hope floating around that may come to fruition at some stage to insure you against people going bust, because that can be over the years. I've been here 35 years. Companies go bust, so I lost a lot of money on that kind of thing. It happens in a lot of industries, let alone ours. But I've had it happen two or three times over the years. One very serious one many years ago, and I got caught with a couple of others in the last sort of 5 really because of COVID. And it can hurt. It hurts. It hurts. Depending on the volume that you've lost. But there is a product coming out. We're hoping that will insure against this kind of loss. The only thing is, I think it's a bit of a due diligence. If you haven't done a due diligence on the company, then you don't get passed out. I'm still to look into it, to come back to you guys to sort of say, how's that product here? So I'm looking into it to see if it would be of any value to us to protect against a loss, because it looks like there's 75% of us have had customers go bust on us, and I'm pretty sure everyone would agree it can, but it does. It hurts. It's a lot of money that you're owed, and someone goes bust, going to get it. So yeah, it does hurt. So I'll try and come back about that product. Do you think body shops should still fly courtesy cars? Something that's a little while back. I was just 73% said no. Quite dominant. That is 180 votes as well. That's 75 votes. So 75% of people. So we shouldn't supply. I do agree with that. I don't think in these days now. I think courtesy car should be a thing of the past. And insurers, if you're looking to if you know there's a problem and you know you've got to help repairers, maybe you guys should be sort of saying, where do we start as insurers? How do we start trying to help our own industry? Because at the end of the day, we're serving your customers. And I know we're always it has to be the most strange business in the world, because body shops repair cars for insurers, help customers. Body shops and insurers fight, where it just it's day one that I came into this business 35 years ago. It always amazes me. So very in fairness how that works. We should be we're all entertaining or trying to help the same customer. So it is very strange why that operates. But again, if you feel I think you should be making some changes. I hate it when I go to a talk and I see that the help that they're trying to give the industry is by a training centre that's really going to attract a young lad to go, oh yeah, I'd like car industry. I'll go and learn a bit about it. I'll go and do the training. I'll come out the end and go, I'm off. I can drive a car for money. So that's the problem. Doesn't matter where you go. The money is the problem. So you've got to, as insurers, start thinking, how can you help yourselves? Because you don't want to lose any more repairers. Where have we got here? Another thing here, over COVID, a lot of repairers, I wanted to know, I had to put money back into my business, of course, and I just thought, how many of us have done the same thing to keep your business surviving all of this? So the last few years have been tough, and I don't think we're out of water yet. I still think we've got a couple of years as repairers, paying back the money that we've had back in the business. And I just wonder how many of us have had to do that, so we're not alone, basically. Did you put into your business to survive? Now you'll be recovering it for the next few years. And we've got 60% of repairers have agreed that they've done that as well. So insurers, we already know there's a lot of us suffering from the COVID effect. So things are tough still. Things are tough. I read an article yesterday that said the 23, which shocked me in fairness, a third of the liquidation in 2023 were building companies, which is quite shocking because they were the ones that were thriving at them. So, know that the everybody's industry is of the place at the moment. But again, perhaps put money back in. So we need to be making more money, really. So tough times, interesting times. And again, that's why I think we need to talk big time. Saturday morning, get that. The last time I posted this, I just wanted to check it. Let's do it. I'd love to. 75% people said that they would. Now, I looked at that. The people that said not really interested were people who weren't really in the industry. So didn't bother me too much. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do one more post on that. I'm going to try and push it a little bit. And I'm going to see if we can get us together for a first meeting. And see if we can take it further from there. Because especially on Monday night, when talking to people who say they would love to. And these polls have obviously, earlier polls said 80, 90% would love to share information, talk, and think we should. But it's I was talking with another friend of mine, where they're saying, no, we've been saying it, and everyone's saying the same thing, but we're not doing it. So how do we get that little step in to actually take a step to do something good for ourselves, basically? So I'm gonna push that. I'm gonna see what I can do. It might go nowhere, but it's not for the one to try in. That will be one thing for sure. Market study. I did tell you about this one. I'm going about that tonight because it's slightly different. Not nice. I'll talk about it, but I've been on long enough where because this is going on about insurers doing wrong things, and I'm going to close a bit of this. I've got a few claims with the insurers have not paid out their claims. Total loss claims, simple claims, and it's taken 6, 7, and 8 months to pay a customer. I think it's an absolute disgrace because if you've got a customer that's got a car, they insure it. So if they do have an eventuality, they get it out. and an insurer can take 7 or 8 months with no recourse. I think one is a disgrace. They say they're looking into the validity of the claim. What's that? Are they, did they insure it? Did they have a license? Have they told us all the information? How can that take 6 months, 7 months to work? And in the middle of that, it's costing soul has lost a car, and in this case is that they're leasing the cars, so they're having to pay out each month. I don't know, 500, 600 quid a month for 6 months where they're not even using the car. The insurer, in my opinion, is just blatantly being incompetent, or blatantly just being a pain in us for no reason. And I just don't understand how they get away with it. This isn't just an odd occasion. And again, these are things I'm going to go pretty on this from next week, because I want to know if there's anyone else who knows anybody else, because I've got about 5 of these claims going on, and they've all taken between 3 and 6 months just a total loss claim, or a start. No, there's not even a stolen. They're all total losses, which is outrageous. But anyway, will repairers ever work together? Yes, is as good as mine. I keep harking on. I keep trying to bring us together. I keep saying it, and the reason I keep saying it is because I know we need to speak together and share information. Just yesterday, I was talking to one of the guys from GT Motive, learning a little bit more about GT Motive and where it's going, how that proceeds. Now the team seems to be growing, which is fantastic. They're into bringing in new products of their product. PDFs. We were just discussing the fact PDFs, RPFs are good for the industry, and we were discussing they probably will actually, because if you send a job off to an insurer and it's on the ADEX system, it's open to be manipulated and sent back to us, which we're all having problems with. By sending a PDF stops the manipulation, because they're going to have to pick up the phone and speak to us, which we want, if I'm honest. So again, there's certain things. Should we all be switching? Hard cost to us, because it's us at the end of the day again. Interesting stuff. Talk enough. I'm just again dropping things that by meeting other people, getting together and talking about these things, we will find ways of making things better. But if we don't get together, we're all going to sit in and moaning for years to come. And while we watch the industry change around and then say, oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, well, we could have done something about it if we'd have come together. So that's enough from me tonight, guys. It's been a busy days. I'm going to catch up now. I'm going to stay here and do a little bit of work myself. But let's try. I'm going to post something to see if we can get together. And if you're going to go to the show, it's worth going, but just be prepared. A little bit of walking, as I say, because it's not. I didn't think it was that placed out enough, in my opinion. So the Automechanika, and learn from it. I think you should the Bodyshop section together. So it will save all hassle for Bodyshop people. I think there was complaints last year. You didn't get enough people down there. Make it easy for us. That's what we want. Everybody wants ease these days. So yeah, just make it a little bit easy, and I'm sure you'll get more people on. But I enjoyed it. I found some great products. Pretty sure you will. It is worth a visit. So down there and see the guys. Lots of interesting people there. Lots of enough there for you to learn. Some great products to find. So I will see you next Tuesday, of course. I bring you a bit more gory, and we'll find out a bit more about claims. And Tim Kelly, we're working on to bring you some interesting news again, as usual, industry. If you've got anything about, please let me know. It's to my attention. Call me, drop me a line, and we'll take it a bit further and see if we can bring it onto this. If there's anyone you'd like to see on the show, I'd probably like to speak to Martin Rowley again, because I'd like to. I learned quite a bit more about GT Motive again yesterday, and again, I must have spoken to Martin last year. So in that 6 months period, that's on quite a lot and moved on a lot from when I last saw it. So yeah, interesting. We are standing still. We're still moving very quickly. The industry is going to keep very quickly. So let's talk more. So guys and girls, again, for if anyone didn't, great to have your attention on tonight. If you can, of course. I know everyone's probably busy this week, Automechanika. But guys and girls, share information. That's what it's all about. Let's try and come together. Let's have a meeting. Let's do this. Let's stop saying we're going to do it. Let's start trusting each other a bit. That's a key. a key thing, I think, as well. That's shown on those polls. We don't trust each other. So I'm sure we'll make that improve on that, and let's start getting together. Let's start trusting each other. Let's start trying to work together. That is something fantastic, fascinating in this industry. I know we can do it, but you do, because I've been speaking to when I speak individually, the response is fantastic. But it's when we back our people are. But let's have a go. I'm going to try and if you want to, please join me and let's join in the polls. They really do help us to find out what's going on in the industry and what we're all thinking. Have a great week. It's weather has turned drastically since I left from Spain. I was told it was beautiful, but it brings in a bit of work. A good week, a busy one. Make loads of money, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Take care, gang. Bye bye.